The Spider-Man No Way Home teaser trailer is a massive success. I mean, it's breaking records left and right. But we haven't even actually got confirmation on the biggest deal when it comes to the draw of this movie. Yes, there are Spider-Man fans everywhere, but the fact that they're bringing 20 plus years of Spider-Man together, allegedly, is the huge draw. It is why this movie could be $1 billion movie. It's why this movie could actually topple Endgame's records. Welcome everybody to the Chaos Multiverse. Jimmy or Chaos here, and today we're gonna dive deep because we're not only going to talk about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, we are also going to talk about the potential for one of them to show up in future Marvel movies, and specifically the movie that we're going to talk about isn't that far away, but we're also going to discuss the potential for Foxverse characters to start showing up more and more. That's right, you guys, drop a like, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and get in on the PlayStation 5 giveaway. We give away one every single month. Be subscribed, turn on those notifications, and on any video, leave a comment with your favorite Marvel character, drop a like, and put your Twitter handle so I can pick a winner each month. Thank you for all the support. We are about to cruise past 5,000 subs. It's pretty exciting stuff. So, we got the trailer. We didn't get any official confirmation of the Spider-Verse per se with Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, but we did get confirmation. Come on, Doc Ock is here. I guarantee you, he was not talking to Tom Holland's Peter Parker in the clip. We know the Green Goblin's coming, all the Sinister Six from the different Raimi universe and the Amazing Spider-Man. Come on, we know what's happening. We just haven't visually seen them yet. Now, spoiler alert. We are going to talk about plot leaks from the past. We're going to talk about potential plot leaks that talk about the ending for Spider-Man No Way Home. And we are going to talk about some news that broke yesterday about one of these Spider-Men being in a future Marvel movie. Now that Disney owns basically everything, they can do whatever they want. And that's what they are doing. Exactly what they're doing with the potential for the Spider-Verse and the three Spider-Men to meet up. But it doesn't stop there. What about the Foxverse? What about all the characters from over there, the X-Men characters? We've already seen this happen a couple times. Now, we saw Deadpool make his introduction with Korg, his soft introduction. I have a feeling we're going to get a cameo from him in an upcoming movie, which we'll talk about here in a second, because it's actually the same one that I think we could see a Spider-Man in. And we've seen other things. We've seen Quicksilver in WandaVision, but it was the Foxverse Quicksilver. It was Peter Maximoff, but it was Evan Peters' version. So this isn't going to be a one-off thing. This is actually probably going to start happening more and more now that the multiverse is ripping apart and things are just going to crap. Yeah. So the question is, how do Sony and Marvel and Disney play this moving forward? Because there's a lot of potential for both companies. Before we get into that, let's talk about a potential leak that came out yesterday before we talk about the future of the Spider-Man group, if you will. And Daniel RPK on Twitter posted yesterday, in Doctor Strange 2, Wanda will fight someone from the Foxverse. I'm not allowed to reveal who it is, but it could top this fight. And it shows a fight between Doctor Strange and Thanos. Now, we know WandaVision is going to play an integral part in Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. We also have people theorizing she could actually be a villain type in that movie to a degree, and this coincides with what we're talking about with Foxverse characters coming over. Who do you guys think she would be fighting in Doctor Strange 2 that's actually from the Foxverse? I mean, the possibilities are endless. Now that everything happened with Loki, and He Who Remains is gone, and Sylvie absolutely just messed up everything with the multiverse, and from the trailer what we've seen, Doctor Strange and Peter, they're going to screw it up even more. And then by the time we get to the Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange 2, it's all going to be off the rails. It's literally completely going to be off the rails. So who could Wanda be fighting in this epic matchup? Well, I think the number one pick is Magneto. I think people would drop their popcorn to the floor if Magneto showed up in Doctor Strange 2. Now, is he her dad? Is he her and Pietro's dad? I don't know. I don't know. It's been said he was, and then it was been proven that he wasn't, but they say he still thinks he is. So I'll let you guys kind of discern that from the comics in the comment section, however you want to do it. But if they do connect him somehow, which they did connect him over in the Foxverse, then that would be a truly, truly interesting fight. Who else would you like to see her fight? Maybe it could be a potential X-Men. Maybe that could be the way they actually bring them in. I don't know. If it ends up being true, which he's a pretty solid guy for giving information, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. So give me your best guess in the comments who you think Wanda could be 1v1ing from the Foxverse in Doctor Strange 2. Now let's get back on task. Okay, we've got this movie coming out that could potentially be the biggest movie of all time, right? And one of the driving factors of that is it's the Spider-Verse. It's Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, and Andrew Garfield sharing the big screen together. Okay, you can't one-off this. I truly feel this way. If you're Sony, there's no way you can bring them in and then they're gone. Especially if they are going to start kind of intermingling stuff in the future. Not necessarily Sony, but people from the Foxverse that Disney now owns, and people from Sony's new Spider-Verse that Sony owns. If they all work together, they can literally take this thing to the moon. They can. So, I don't think it's a one-off. Now, I'm going to talk about some plot leaks that may or may not be true, but I want you guys to kind of know where I'm coming from when I make this prediction, okay? And these plot leaks have been around for a little while. One of them states that one of our Spider-Man characters will die at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, and it stated it was Andrew Garfield. Now, I think it's safe to say that Tobey Maguire is more popular in his Spider-Man role than Andrew Garfield. I'm not saying there's not Andrew Garfield fans, and I'm not saying he didn't do a great job. I just think from all the memes and everything that happened, a lot of people know Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man more. So if you're Sony and you're kind of trying to timeline this out and storyboard it, you say, well, Tobey's more popular. So do we off Tobey, or do we keep Tobey for future endeavors and we off Andrew and he sacrifices himself for the greater good? I'm going to go with they would off Andrew. Okay? And if that leak happened to be true, which it could literally just be hot garbage, but let's, for the sake of the video, say it is. Andrew dies at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. Tobey stays here, and he stays in this timeline. And the reason I say he stays in this timeline, I don't see how Doctor Strange is going to send all of them back. Because we are just now at the beginning of all the timelines splitting off and the multiverse just going crazy, but we truly get into the Multiverse of Madness in Doctor Strange 2. So here's my prediction. My prediction is Tobey Maguire is now part of the MCU indirectly because he's obviously coming from Sony, but he is part of the MCU moving forward. And there is a leak out there. It was out there for a while that Tobey Maguire was actually going to be part of Doctor Strange 2, and he was actually going to meet up and help Doctor Strange. Now, if that leak ends up being true, and we go off my thought process that Sony's not going to waste this huge moment on one movie, they're going to literally draw it out as much as they can, that could happen. Tobey Maguire could end up in Doctor Strange 2 easily. It's not far-fetched. Nothing is far-fetched anymore. Period. It's not. So there you go. I told you we're going to go off the deep end and make bold predictions off of the alleged leaks and rumors out there, which 95% of them aren't true, but some of them end up being true. So if Tobey Maguire survives Spider-Man No Way Home, my prediction is he doesn't get sent back to his timeline. He stays in this timeline, and he's actually a factor moving forward in Doctor Strange 2. You guys let me know if you agree or disagree. There's also another rumor out there, since we're already past the spoiler alert, that MJ dies and then Doctor Strange resets time and she doesn't even know who Peter Parker is. Tom Holland is, which kind of makes sense with the trailer because Peter was worried she wasn't going to remember him, but it doesn't, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Because if he resets time back to the beginning, what happens with the snap and the blip and Endgame and Infinity War? It gets a little bit confusing, so we'll have to wait and see. But my prediction is Tobey Maguire isn't going to be a one and done in Spider-Man No Way Home. You let me know your thoughts. I'll see you soon.